I'm Glen Hasselberg, Retired Activities Director from Staples-Motley High School. The award I'm receiving is the Hall of Fame to the Minnesota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators. I was born on March 26, 1949 in Staples, Minnesota.
Glen's parents were Reuben and Phyllis Hasselberg. The family grew to 5 with the addition of David and Joe. Glen attended Lincoln Elementary and, like many of the time, he grew up as a neighborhood sports rat. Glen's favorite sport as a youngster was baseball. With help, the family backyard became a baseball field. But it would also be converted for other sports.
And then we also built a pole vault and high jump pit that sawdust got put into our spots that probably shouldn't be, but it's something that we did in the neighborhood.
Glen attended Staples High School, and sports remained a big part of his teenage years. He played football, basketball, baseball, and he even wrestled. But it was in golf that Glen remembers a special time.
One of my proudest moments would have been qualifying for the state tournament my junior and senior year in golf, and that was back in the one-class days.
Glen graduated from Staples in 1967. At this point, being a teacher, let alone an athletic administrator, was not in his plan. Not yet.
Actually, I had attended Staples area vocational school to be a tool designer, at which time I was working in the metro area and got drafted into the Army. When I was in the military and in Vietnam, I kind of decided that I was probably fit to be a teacher in terms of teaching industrial arts or drafting at that time, because that was what I did in the vocational area.
So Glen attended Brainerd Junior College for 2 years to pursue a teaching degree. He graduated from Bemidji in 1974. Glen went back home to Staples to teach, but getting into administration would still wait.
Actually, I was an industrial arts drafting teacher for going up the hill to 20 years when the athletic administrator position opened up in Staples, and I applied and was accepted.
Glen became AD in 1990, and he inherited a successful activities program.
We were blessed with just some unbelievable run of teams across the board. It wasn't one particular team. There's nothing that stands out, but I just know that we had a great ride and it was a lot of fun.
There was that time that Glen could take it no longer from a certain radio announcer.
I literally unplugged the cord on a radio broadcaster that was badgering our basketball coach during a game, and tried to get him to do the right thing, and he wasn't having any part of it, so I just basically unplugged his cord.
Well, if you know Glen, you know he spends a lot of quality time on the golf course.
I'm kind of blessed, but my wife says it's proportionate to how much I play, but I have 10 hole-in-ones. I'm a retired AD, but I'm the active golf coach and the only golf coach that the girls' golf has ever had.
Last year, Glen played 187 rounds of golf.
It's over.
Still active golf coach for both boys and girls at Staples-Motley.
Ten hole-in-ones is quite an achievement.
My wife is Rebecca, better known as Becky. We were not childhood sweethearts or high school sweethearts. While I was home on leave in the military, headed to Vietnam, we were on kind of actually a double date type thing, and she wasn't my date. From that, a friendship, if you will, built, and here we are 40 plus years later.
Glen and Becky married July 14, 1974. They have 5 children. To date, they have 9 grandchildren, but one more is already on the way.
First, I'd like to thank the committee, selection committee for this from the MnIAAA. As I've said many, many times, you're only as good as the people around you, so I've been very, very blessed to have fantastic staff, secretaries that made my job look a lot easier, covered me a lot of times. Also, it would be without remiss that I would mention my lovely wife, Becky, and our kids and family, my mom and dad, for bringing me along through the times that maybe it wasn't so easy to bring people along. But again, thank you to all those people for everything they've done for me.